Hello everyone, we're here at Hunt Expo, and as you all know, your backpack is one of the most important aspects of hunting success, taking you in and out of the backcountry. I'm here with Dennis and Joe from Initial Ascent, and I want to start talking about your packs from the frame and foundation up. And what I love about what your packs have is a male and a female frame, because they're obviously such different builds and characteristics with each gender. And go ahead and dive in on your frame styles.
Yeah, so this, to your point, I mean, this is literally the foundation of our frame. When we set out, our whole dream was to really be able to help people carry heavy loads more comfortably. So we spent 3.5 years, 3 different engineering firms designing this frame to get to where we can transfer the weight to our hips, which is our power source. So this is what we call our male frame. We've had it out from day one. It allows you to adjust the torso length. So whether you're my height, you know, on a good day at 5'5", if you're somebody that's closer to 6'5", we can adjust the torso length up and down through here. But we took it a step further, and we can also attack the load lifter aspect of it. So you've got 3 load lifter heights, so we can make sure that we get the right angle to get that load up and off your shoulders. The last thing that we did is we integrated this down here where we split the frame. So you can actually see that we've got twist in the frame. So as you're walking, you don't want to feel like you have a board on your back. You want it to move with you. And this split allows you to do that. So this frame here only weighs 19 ounces, but yet we've got folks that are carrying hundreds of pounds on this. Got some folks that will carry out an entire cow elk. So this is the male frame. We also have out, though, is our female frame. And this is, we actually designed and developed this so much feedback that we got here at the show. Year after year that we would come here, we would have ladies come into the booth and they would just be disappointed, right? They would put a pack on, whether it was ours or somebody else's, and the shoulder straps were up super high, the torsos were too long, the belts didn't fit. So Dennis and I went back and we designed the female frame, which we took about 3 inches out of it. And I gotta tell you, I mean, I literally had a lady here 2 days ago. She said she's been looking for 3 years to find a frame that fit her, and she had tears in her eyes, and that's why we do what we do, right? So this is the female frame, has all the same features, strengths, you know, that the male frame has as well.
Yeah. So when we put this all together, we have customizable male frames, female frames, bag options. What it looks like put together as a component is a great system where you can remove the bag, wash it, clean it. You have several bag sizes. What is the bag that we're looking at here?
So this is our 5K, this is our IA 5K bag. It's about 5,200 cubic inches, and it's a modular system. And so by modular, we mean all of our bags fit on this same frame and suspension. So we have a 700 cubic inch lid. I'll give you a good look at it right here. We have a roll top. So on this 5K, if you've got lots of equipment, most of the time we're filling that top up with food. You've got the roll top there. We have a horseshoe zipper to get into the main body of the pack. And then we have an expandable pocket that goes all the way down here. And that expandable pocket also has a horseshoe zipper. So anything you want to put in there, your rain gear, your puffy gear, anything you got to get to fairly quickly goes right in there. As far as side pocketing goes, we've got a full-length spotter pocket over here. And that goes down to another expandable pocket that you can put any gear that you have to get to quickly. And then on this side, we have a little short pocket, and that can be used for rifle stock, that can be used for trekking poles, that can be used for your tripod. So very, very simple system. So basically what we do is we pop our load lifters out right here. Very simple system, and it goes over the ears of the frame, just like this. Now, when I lay the bag down, if you notice, you've got orange bar tacks. And so the orange bar tacks match up with the orange bar tacks that come from the frame. So we take and unbuckle both sides of those, and then we have our ladder locks down here that go through the hip belt. Now your bag comes off. Really, really simple. Now what I have under here is our meat shelf, or our pannier load carrier. And this pannier load carrier does a couple of things. One, it keeps the meat, all that heavy load, keeps it up high, and it keeps it very, very close to your back, because that's how you want to carry heavy loads. We also have a large pocket on this pannier load carrier. And what that does, that brings in another feature for us. If you use the lid and the pannier, you've got a day pack that weighs right at 4 pounds. So take everything you need for the day, you're packing out meat immediately.
So my first impression, I put this bag on with the frame the other day, and obviously I've been backpacking for a long time, and I have a very giant cowboy hat on, but my first impression was pleasant surprise that the frame is not hitting the back of my head. So when you look at this bag, even with my giant cowboy hat on, I have ample clearance. And what I've experienced in the past with frames that have been too long is when I'm starting to ascend and I have a hat on, like a baseball hat on, my head hits the back of the frame and I actually lose the ability to see up the mountain, and I actually have had to take off my hat to be able to see, and then I'm running into like interference. And what I really appreciate about this is the frame is so adjustable. So talk about, for the ladies, what does the ladies' frame adjust to?
Yeah, so one of the nice things, I mean, we can literally take this, if you're right on the edge, because the split's at about a 17-inch torso, that's when we move up to the male.
Okay.
So anything less than that, we can adjust this down all the way to what, about a 14?
13.
13-inch torso.
13.
So I mean,
Yep.
all the way down. We have fit young ladies as probably as tall as 4'6", 4'7". So you've got tons of flexibility to adjust.
So even
that.
for kids, this would be a great frame.
It's a great frame.
So
for
like
kids.
I'm 5'3", and you guys kind of measured me around 15.5 inches. And I've never had a frame that's been that small before, and this lightweight. The other thing, my other big takeaway on this is the waist belt. So it does get plenty small for me. So if you imagine like what I would be wearing during a hunt, like this belt is gonna be definitely small enough and allow me to like hold the pack where I need against my hips. I like how the belt has coverage around my hip bones, so my hips aren't going to get sore and rub. That's got a really nice feeling on it too. And so is this waist belt also available in different sizes then?
It is. We do
Okay.
a small, medium, and large
Okay.
on the belts, and then the shoulder straps are universal, so they fit whether it's this frame
They're
or the other.
adjustable.
Yeah, they're adjustable. But what we are able to do with the shoulder straps is we actually attach them to the actual frame. And why I tell you that is a lot of companies will attach it to the fabric that encases the frame. Well, with this here, with us attaching it directly to the rigid frame, you don't get any movement on your back.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. These packs, these frames are amazing. Your bag sizes, what are your different bag sizes you can run? You could go a super ultra daylight pack like this to the 5100.
Yeah, so that was the 51 or 5200,
Yeah.
and when we've got the 3500,
Okay.
which is going to be more of like your 1 to 3 day pack system, and then we've got the big boy, the 8300, and that's going to be on out to 12 days or so.
So, ladies and gentlemen, for your reference, like for me on a multi-day hunt, if I'm doing like a 7 to 10 day sheep hunt, my minimum bag size I want is 5,000 cubic inches. So this bag we had on to start here is kind of that great starting point. As a female, I have some weight carrying limitations. So when I'm doing a multi-day hunt, I try to keep my bag weight with food and gear at about 45 pounds. Because once I add my firearm and water, I'm gonna end up pushing towards that 60-pound mark, which is half of my body weight. So this bag size is a great size for that 7 to 10 day multi-hunt for ladies. If you're stronger, a bigger guy, that 8,000 cubic inch bag, if you want to have the ability to pack all your gear plus you have the carrying capacity of also adding meat and hides, then that would be a great bag choice for that. And then on the day side, you could even shrink this bag down and use it as a day bag as well. So because it doesn't weigh, I mean, how much does this weigh empty? Like, I don't even know if
It's just a couple pounds at that.
It's very, very light. So you have the capacity to extend it out, but you don't have to. So, and you can also run it this way where you're just using the top lid. There's also accessory pouches you can get for the waist belts. So there's a lot of customization with these bags and frames that you can do, and really make them fit every individual person, from man, woman, and child, like literally. So I really appreciate you guys sitting down and taking the time to go over your packs with me, discuss the frames. The other thing I want to point out, actually, if you guys have been on a hunt where your rifle sling is always like rolling off your shoulders, in the frame here they've built in, so on the sides you can use the pockets, not I don't have one on this belt right here. So you can put your buttstock of your rifle in the side of the frame of this bag even and attach it, and then wrap the sling over these notches here so you can be like literally hands-free. And that is really important, especially if you're on a steep hunt, so you can use your trekking poles and really stabilize your body position on the mountain and balance yourself, keeping yourself safer without having to worry about the safety of your firearms.
Good point, good point. Yeah, this was our last 3 designs of our frame were all centered around this notch right here, right?
It had to be right.
It had to be right. It had to be right. So, yeah, that's a good point. Thanks for bringing that up.
That's a great innovation, and one that I'll use even if I'm not multi-day hunting. I can just put my sling over this notch, and my rifle's not always just popping off my shoulder.
Right.
So that's a great feature. Thank you guys so much. When people want to find you online, where do they go?
You can just go to initialascent.com. That's where we're at. We've got all of our products on there. We also work with our product partners such as Shields, Go Hunt, and Black Ovis. So they could go find us there as well.
Fantastic. Thank you guys for your time today,
Thank you
all for watching this video on Initial Ascent backpacks.